So today we'll be talking about Proverbs chapter 28. And as you all know, for the past few days we've been talking about Proverbs. Every chapter, then we'll talk about two verses in the chapter. Then we are done for it. So today is 28th June, and we are going to talk about Proverbs chapter 28. Proverbs chapter 28. And after reading it, we'll just take some two verses that we'll learn a little bit about it. Then we are done for today. So let me go straight ahead. Let me start right ahead. Proverbs chapter 28, verse 1. It says, "The wicked flee when no one pursues, but the righteous are bold as a lion." The righteous are bold as a lion. Verse 2. It says, "Because of the transgression of a land, many are its princes, but by a man of understanding and knowledge, right will be prolonged." Verse 3. "A poor man who oppresses the poor is like a driving rain, which leaves no food." Verse 4. "Those who forsake the law praise the wicked, but such as keep the law contend with them." Verse 5. "Evil men do not understand justice." It says, "Evil men do not understand justice, but those who seek the Lord understand all." Verse 6. "Better is the poor who walks in his integrity than one perverse in his ways, though he be rich." Verse 7. "Whoever keeps the law is a discerning son, but a companion of gluttons shame his father. Verse 8, it says, "One who increases his possession by usury, and extortion gathers it for him who will pity the poor." Verse 9, "One who turns away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be an abomination." Verse 10, "Whoever causes the upright to go astray in an evil way, he himself will fall into his own pit." He himself will fall into his own pit, but the blameless will inherit good things. The blameless will inherit good things. Verse 11, it says, "The rich man is wise in his own eyes, but the poor who has understanding searches him out." Verse 12, "When the righteous rejoice, there is great glory, but when the wicked arise, men hide themselves." Verse 13, "He who covers his sin will not prosper, but whoever confesses and forsakes them will have mercy." Verse 14, "Happy is the man who is always reverent, but he who hardens his heart will fall into calamity." Verse 15, "Like a roaring lion and a charging bear is a wicked ruler over poor people." Verse 16, "A ruler who lacks understanding is a great oppressor." A ruler who lacks understanding is a great oppressor. "But he who hates covetousness will prolong his days." Verse 17, "A man burdened with bloodshed will flee into a pit. Let no one help him." Verse 18, "Whoever walks blamelessly will be saved, but he who is perverse in his ways will fall at once." Verse 19, "He who tills his land will have plenty of bread, but he who follows frivolity will have poverty enough." Verse 20, "A faithful man will abound with blessings, but he who hastens to be rich will not go unpunished." Verse 21, "To show partiality is not good, because for a piece of bread a man will transgress." Verse 22, "A man with an evil eye hastens after riches, and does not consider that poverty will come upon him." Verse 23, "He who rebukes a man will find more favor afterward than he who flatters with the tongue." Verse 24, "Whoever robs his father or his mother and says it is no transgression, the same is companion to a destroyer. The same is companion to a destroyer. Verse 25. He who is of a proud heart stirs up strife, but he who trusts in the Lord will be prospered. Verse 26. He who trusts in his own heart is a fool, but whoever walks wisely will be delivered. Verse 28. He who gives to the poor will not lack, but he who hides his eyes will have many curses. He who hides his eyes will have many curses. Verse 28. When the wicked arise, men hide themselves, but when they perish, the righteous increase. I'll read it again. When the wicked arise, men hide themselves, but when they perish, the righteous increase. The righteous increase. So as always, I'll talk about 2 verses, then we are done for today. 2 verses. So verse 22, it says, a man with an evil eye hastens after riches, and does not consider that poverty will come over him. A man with an evil eye hastens after riches, and does not consider that poverty will come upon him. Okay, so this verse is telling us a lot of things. It's telling us that if you are in a hurry to just get rich, those quick schemes, get rich quick schemes, if you are in these things and you are eager to get rich, and you have a bad mindset of getting rich, you have an evil eye, as it says, you have an evil eye for getting rich. Maybe you want to get rich to shame someone, you want to get rich for all kinds of evil things. It says this person doesn't consider that poverty will just creep in and destroy them. Poverty will just come upon them. I say poverty loves those who are into bad stuff and they want to get rich to just for their bad stuff they have in their mind. Okay, so we shouldn't be that. We shouldn't chase after riches. One thing I've learned over a couple of weeks and months is that you have to be valuable. Anyone that is valuable, riches chases that person. But don't chase riches. Just be available to be valuable. Always learn something that people would like to come to you and you can share it to them. That's why some people are good at stuffs and they teach people about courses and the things they are interested in. And those people are paid. Those people are getting rich. Those people are solving problems. And they are rich. They are getting rich. So don't chase riches. Just make sure that you are valuable. When you are valuable, the world cannot ignore you. So the next verse is 23. It says, he who rebukes a man will find more favor afterward than he who flatters with the tongue. He who rebukes a man will find more favor afterwards than he who flatters with the tongue. This verse is quite a verse because in our churches today, most of the time we see people doing, in Christianity in particularly, I don't want to talk about the other, but we see people doing things that are off limit, people doing things that are against the Bible. Yes, still we praise them. Meanwhile, those people are supposed to be rebuked. Those people are supposed to be corrected. But when you rebuke someone, they think you are against that person. They think you don't like the person. They think you are just jealous of that person. No, but that's not the case. If someone is doing something wrong, that person is supposed to be rebuked. That person is supposed to be corrected. No one should be above the Bible. No one should be above the law, as we say. No one should be above the law. Everyone is supposed to be under the law. so that anytime someone does something wrong, that person is corrected. That person is corrected, because we all want to be good, and we want those around us to be good. We want to live a right life. We want to live a life that is pleasing, that people can learn from. So we should always have someone who rebukes us when we do something wrong, and not just have people around us just praising us, telling us that we did something good even though it was bad. No, no, no. And he says, he who rebukes a man will find more favor. He will find more favor. We shouldn't keep shut. We shouldn't shut our mouth when someone does something wrong. No, we shouldn't do that, because that person can end up in a place where that person will never forget, in a place of condemnation, in a place where that person will not be able to rise up again. So let's rebuke every man or anybody, every man, woman, whoever that is doing something wrong. That is doing something wrong. Because we want the best for that person. We want the best for that person. It's not about jealousy, no. It's not about we don't like them, no. If someone is doing something wrong, that person has to be corrected. Thank you very much for watching this video. See you tomorrow for Proverbs chapter 29. Bye.